You can come in there, Mr. Black.
Sit down here, sir.
I feel the dark aura making its way in to the studio. In a world. Mr. Black, sit down. I'm talking. I'm just going to go through something, then I'll get to you. So she's in a store, and at a restaurant store. And she hears somebody get into a little bit of a tiff with the people behind the counter. Because this person wanted fresh falafel. So
okay.
I'm like, all right, well, yeah, I'm not sure what that would have, maybe the person was just a little, nutty or something. I don't know. Then I, over the weekend, am in a similar store, restaurant, and there's someone coming in and asking if they have fresh falafel. And the person at the counter said, I'm sorry, they were made earlier this morning. And she said, okay, thanks so much. And she left. So we've all had falafel, right? Have you had falafel?
Yeah.
So I guess my question would be, why is it a thing that you need them like coming right? Like I know that
you want it warm. Is that what it is?
Like have you ever had a daylight donut when it comes right out of the whatever the stuff has been put on it, and the like a glazed donut? It's like melts in your mouth. It's incredible. I could see somebody going in and say, I want a glazed donut, but I want it when it's just come right off the track, however they dry them, the rack. I want it fresh. But I wonder what it is with the falafel.
I don't know.
I think falafel, is it deep fried? Do you know? You don't know, Mr.
It
Black.
is. I think it is.
Yeah, if
I think it's
falafel's a deep fried ball,
like
donut, or
and,
patty made from ground chickpeas, fava beans, or both.
Mm-hmm.
I have to get my
Falafel is a
girlfriend's
traditional
grandmother on it.
Maybe
Middle
she could
Eastern
answer that.
food.
So, because I guess I've never had them when they've been fresh. And I wonder if there's a big difference. If it's like, okay, they've come right out of the basket, and we just made these. So if you could give us a little insight, 315-736-0186. I was curious, didn't know. I've had them on buffets too. You go to a nice little Lebanese type buffet, and they'll have falafel on there, but they'd been probably deep fried, an hour before or something like that.
Not a ton of carbs, but it's not on your diet.
Not on my diet.
No.
But you can tell I'm preparing.
Yeah.
Easter is the day I'm going off, so I'm preparing. I'm craving everything. Falafel, everything. I want it all. Tight to the microphone there, Mr. Black. What in the hell's going on with you, sir? Lou Posha. Do you mind if I give out your name, Lou?
Well, you already did it.
I did. All right, I shouldn't have done that. It's Mr. Black. Just forget I ever said a thing. Don't. I didn't say a thing. So you have a new book out.
Yes, I do. And first I want to say thank you for inviting me to your show. I appreciate it very much.
You're welcome. Here, hold on. Just look at me for a second. I'm just fixing my hair with those glasses. I can see myself. I love that.
They are nice glasses.
Yeah. It's like two giant mirrors on your face.
I'm not supposed to be laughing, but unfortunately,
right.
this
You're
is
right.
so
Good
enjoyable
point.
being here.
It's a very good point.
We should tell the public the truth about everyone in this room here. We're not all really from this planet,
And we are from...
Well, I haven't decided yet, but...
Okay, you're not sure. All right. Hold on. I'm going to solve my falafel problem here. Hobaika's on the line right now. Good morning.
Bill, I wanted to just say that, number one, I'm full-blooded Lebanese, and I will tell you that until I got to law school, I never had a falafel.
Really?
Yeah. They're not really, as far as I know in my personal experience, number one, they never were high on the list of things that at least the people that I knew that were Lebanese ate. But they're basically just another item as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
That is basically a sauce carrier. Sometimes they put tahini on them.
Right, yep.
Dip them in hummus and things like that.
Because they tend to be, Joe, this is why I was kind of wondering why they wanted them fresh, because I get them when maybe on a buffet or something. They tend to be a little
dry.
They're dry. You gotta put,
right.
Something on there.
Right. They're a sauce carrier. They're like chicken wings.
Yeah, I agree.
So, but, they're basically part of the perceived Middle Eastern fare. So, do they taste better fresh out of the deep fryer? I think anything tastes best fresh out of the deep fryer.
Right out.
But,
well, I mean, imagine, going on a buffet and seeing French fries. It's like they've been sitting there for 30 minutes. I'm not sure if I want those French fries, right?
No, not unless they have the perfect warmers, and those are the ones on top. You know, the
Right.
ones.
Yeah. Well, I got to tell you, 2 places in the same weekend, in 3 days, 2 places. My wife overheard it, and I overheard it. People asking, I'm like, is this some sort of a Lent thing during for the Lebanese or Middle Eastern?
Interesting. I don't know.
Why?
I don't think so.
Just coincidence. So, all right,
I think
Joseph.
it's coincidence.
All right, thanks.
I don't think any full-blooded Lebanese person would be having a tantrum about not having a touch falafel.
Oh, this was a tantrum. Just
You know,
so
it'd
you
be
know.
funny if it was the same
was
person.
Wild.
If it actually
Right, it
turned
might
out
have
to
been
be
the same person. Maybe it
that'd be
was.
funny.
I'm on a mission to get my fresh falafel. Joe, listen, thanks. I'll be giving your money away soon. Thank you.
Oh, good. Thanks.
Okay, thanks. Joe Habaika, attorney and Republican chair. All right, Mr. Black, I've got a few minutes. Tell me about your book. What is, so you're going to be holding an event at the New York Mills Public Library, right?
Yes, I'm giving a presentation on my first book, Ex-History, which deals with World War II military systems,
Okay.
and how the Cold War got started. And a lot of the devices...
How did the Cold War get started?
When Uncle Sam didn't do too well against Nazi Germany and caused a problem between us and the Russians.
You know, Oliver Stone would disagree with you. Well, maybe you're kind of there. I mean, so Oliver Stone would say, and there's a series out right now that I've been watching that's quite interesting. Oliver Stone takes a real un-American approach, saying that Harry Truman did not have to drop the bomb, that it was only to impress the Russians or the Soviets at that time. That's the only reason we dropped the bomb. Is that part of your story, the Cold War?
Well, my story deals with World War II, with Germany, and with military systems called UFOs. However, I'll answer your question.
Okay.
I believe we did have to drop the bomb because the Japanese were working on one.
Okay, all right. And had we not, so the theory, what we've all been taught is that, and what Oliver Stone says isn't true, is that had we, by dropping the bomb, it ended the war. And had both bombs not been dropped, the war wouldn't have ended. Or maybe it would have, but in an unpleasant way for us.
Remember, the war was both in Europe and in Japan, and we had to drop the bomb to end the war with Japan.
Right.
All right. But we also wanted to impress the Russians, say, hey, look, we got big magic here,
okay,
too.
so you're
we're doing both.
Yeah, it's all part of it. That's ultimately begins the Cold War. So maybe you're close to Oliver Stone. You and Oliver Stone. And this book is brand new. It's out all over. You have 2 of them?
The first one is 10 years old. This one's, okay, I will have several copies of these available. And the second one is the new one. It's called Secrets of Lost Earth. It deals with lost civilizations, ancient mysteries. And I date the civilization of Mexico back 100 million years.
Really?
Yes, I use the movement of the continents called plate tectonics.
Okay.
It's controversial, but it's backed by the math and the geoscience.
And where are you from there, Mr. Black? Mr. Black?
Well, I tell everyone I'm from another planet, but actually I'm a local Utica writer.
Got it. And do you, I mean, is this based on fact? Is this based on fact in your eyes?
All my work is based on my research, scientific work, as far as I could determine. I studied to be a high school science teacher. I held a master's.
Okay.
And as far as I'm concerned, that's true and factual.
I love those little the little add-ins that you put in there. It's like, this is absolutely true as far as I'm concerned. And
you know, I'm going to do something special. I'm going to run for office in a couple of years.
Okay.
And this way we'll have Mr. Black running for office.
I like that. There you go. That would be...
We'll see what happens.
Yeah,
right?
I'm ready. You let me know when that happens. So... All right, Mr. Black, again, this is New York Mills Public Library.
Thursday, April 6th, 6 p.m. It's free of charge. However, if people want to pay, we could always charge them.
All right, Andrew, thank you, Dr. Black, or Mr. Black.
Well, doctor's fine. I always wanted to be a doctor.
Yeah. I'm a doctor, as far as I'm concerned. Okay, thank you. Andrew, who do you have on for me?
All right, so I not that I don't trust Joe Habaika, but I do trust even more my girlfriend's grandmother, Mrs. Hannah.
Okay, all
she
right.
is a phenomenal cook, baker, chef, whatever you want to call it, and she knows about Lebanese cuisine. She can give us the 411 on the falafel.
All right, Mrs. Hannah, good morning.
Good morning.
So I was at 2 places. My wife was at one, I was at the other, and somebody was basically really, their feathers had been ruffled because they were looking for fresh falafel.
You serve me stale falafel?
And to say that the falafel wasn't fresh is like, and they're like, well, no, we cooked them this morning. They're fresh this morning. I'm not interested, thank you, and they left. Is it because like coming right out of the fryer, they're at their best?
Perhaps so, but you make a mixture then and you fry it. So
Yeah.
I'm sure if they had already formed the falafel, it's like as big as a golf ball, I would say.
Yeah, yeah.
So if they fried them up fresh, well, yes.
But they had fried them up fresh that morning, so now it's
Sure.
right around noon, and they're saying, "Okay, I don't want them because it's been too long." Is that typical? Would you say?
Well, when I buy them, I buy them at the Phoenician, and they usually are nice and hot, freshly fried.
Yeah, I love that buffet they do over there. Okay, Mrs. Hannah, thank you so much for taking the time this morning.
You're welcome.
All right, you have a wonderful day, and
You too.
old Kiss Up here says goodbye.
Goodbye.
Okay. All righty. Thank you, Mrs. Hannah.
You're welcome.
By the way, I could not, when the guy's yelling at the person behind the counter about I want fresh falafel, I could not help but say to the guy, why are you trying to get that here at Walmart? What are you thinking? Right? You lose all credibility just the fact that you're in Walmart looking for a fresh
Well, look at Mrs.
falafel.
Hannah. She knows that she's,
She goes
got
to
a
the
deal.
Venetian.
They
That's
have
where
it
she
ready
goes.
for her, and it's
Yeah.
fresh.
I got a break.